agents, but I think Benavente had a buyback clause for Real Madrid's first team if he'd done well.
Well, fair enough then.
It just sounds fantastic when you think about it. But I've actually I think Aguza's been quite decent actually. I think first game against Leyton Orient that he played, I don't think he played badly. I don't think he really stood out, but he certainly didn't play badly. And you've also got to remember he had a 19-year-old in midfield with him as well, who was effectively his midfield maestro and the experienced fella alongside him, and Rizzulo, who had barely played any games for us whatsoever. The other game against Cardiff, I thought he'd done pretty well. I think he came off a substitute for when we went a goal down, but just to get things going forward a bit more. And Southampton, I think you can just chalk that off. I think everybody really played bad.
I mean, you seen the way Southampton were against Chelsea the other night, didn't you? You think to yourself, you know what, they 6-0 we got, I'm thinking that we done all right.
They could have beat Chelsea. They could have beat Chelsea by 5.
And that was more, well, it wasn't more or less, it was the same team that he put out against us. So you think, he annihilated us 6-0 and we were lucky to get 6-0. I mean, they steamrollered Chelsea, so you're thinking to yourself, I know Chelsea have got problems, but they're still Chelsea, aren't they? You know.
I don't think
it's all right.
I think Carl Robertson wants to send them both out on loan, but I think where do you send them?
Did we buy them, or are they on loan?
No, they're ours.
They're ours. Buy them for the future. We'll bring them in for the future. I
think where do you send them? If you send them to League 2, it's not going to benefit you in the Championship.
Yeah.
Send them to League 1.
Who's going to?
Are they going to get games?
No.
Considering, well, especially Benavente, considering the way that he's performed.
No, he wouldn't.
If you send him to Spain, is that beneficial for how we're playing now, or whatever? Or if you send him to a champion, nobody's going to want him in the Championship.
I reckon they'll get a non-league for a little. I reckon they'll get a conference.
You really think?
If they went to a Tranmere or somewhere like that, fighting the top of non-league, I think that'll be all right, or a Cheltenham or somewhere like that. But get them out of their comfort zone, I say. Put them in really rubbish dressing rooms. Because they said in an interview with Marca, the Spanish newspaper, that the stadiums are great. There are players going out for X amounts of pounds, and that it's a top division anywhere else in the world. The Championship's a top division, which you'd probably be right in saying that. So put them in really crap league, get them used to England, especially as the rain's coming. That's what I'm totally agree with that. But there's also another man, and you've probably not heard his name for a good 2 months now. And I thought he started well. Dale
Mr. Jennings, yeah.
Yeah, where's he going?
He's injured, isn't he?
He's injured, but there's no mention about when he's back on the website or anything.
I was disappointed that we didn't play him. Anyway, shooting off at a tangent, what do you reckon to the crowds we're getting?
They're fine as far as I'm concerned. We're a couple of thousand up, mainly coming from away fans. Anyone who thinks we're suddenly going to get thousands more through for your standard game against average opposition.
This is going to come as a surprise to everyone sitting in this room, but I'm actually quite chuffed with the attendances. That's pretty good for us.
When I walk into the stadium, I don't look around and go. I think there's probably one game this season where I went, where are the fans? And I think that was the Preston game. When I thought if I'm an outsider and we just pipped that, if I came on that Yeovil game and we knowing that we had pipped another team or whatever, and you're not coming back, I get it, the frustrating side of things on that, but people from Milton Keynes, they will come out to things like that and enjoy the day, and they're not going to keep coming back. It's just it happens everywhere. Yeah, it happens everywhere. I think we've got a solid. The thing is that it kind of got the wool pulled over your eyes and saying we've got bad attendances. We don't. We just have a big stadium that makes it look like it's a really bad attendance. Yeah. And I think we're all right, actually.
Cool. Listen, I want to move on, but I mean, the thing I'd just say, the most important thing for me is, with the exception of the Southampton game, which was different, we haven't been outplayed, really. We've been under the cosh at times, but we've generally held our own. We haven't scored the goals we should have scored. We've given away some daft goals. But outside of that, I think we're doing fine. I think we'll be good. And I'm generally enjoying myself.
So am I.
Yes. Okie dokie. Right, I need to say a few things. Seclo Sounds. You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show on Seclo Sounds. And Seclo Sounds exists to bring people and communities together to celebrate all that's best about the city. We produce a variety of music and speech programmes produced by local people, and we're run by over 60 volunteers. There's always room for more, so if you have a programme idea or a skill that you want to offer, send an email to volunteers@seclosounds.org. You can find out more about the show, the station, and other shows that we produce by visiting www.seclosounds.org. You know the bit where you go,
sorry,
it's moving.
Jazz,
It's
sorry.
that bit. It's that
Anyway,
bit.
coming up next is the greatest bit of the show. I always think we're going to spend ages waffling about players we've brought in, who we think has provided their worth and who will remain unconvinced by. We'll hear more from you and your questions of the weeks. We'll hear more from me about my very own footy facts. They're amazing and they're all true, by the way, and I don't think we're going to get any of that, to be quite
Very, very little of it. But anyway, I'm not going to bother with the contact us, actually, because it's too late for that.
Don't contact us. We're always here for you anyway.
We don't care who you are.
Jim Ida down from Coffee Ollie's texted in to say, I give up, she's all yours, good luck, I think you'll need it. Kevin from Bath has tweeted in to say that he's thinking of moving to MK, and what do we all think?
Good call, Kevin. I'll do it. Definitely.
Ian from Manchester has texted in to say that he's feeling very down and is going to hang up some washing. Mona from Far Bletchley says, looking forward to Blackburn, I have a feeling this could be our next victory. And Robert from Exeter says, come on the Grecian. Sorry, I get that. And I think that's about it.
Which bit do you get? The Grecians?
Yeah.
Well, that's Exeter's.
Robert from Exeter. Is he not that guy from Twitter who... Everything? Oh, never mind.
No, he's my mate, Robert.
Is that actually?
But that's what it was.
There's a bloke on Twitter who ends every tweet with,
come on, you Grecians.
I think Rob Exeter.
Okay. No, not him.
No, not
it's just a 6-year-old man.
Robert
6-year-old man who doesn't quite get Twitter. So okay, I've messed up.
Yeah.
This just in. Following the completion of our part of the Rugby World Cup, Don's chairman Peter Winky Winkleman told a packed Stadium MK press conference what the experience had meant to him. Sobbing gently into his crumpled shirt collar, Winky raised his eyes to the sky and said, having a stadium full of people, most of whom had no idea what was going on the pitch, but all of whom spent lots and lots and lots of money. That was a very special feeling. It's all about the money. Or what was it? Was it fans? No, it's all about the money. More on this once we've managed to count all of Winky's extra cash.
It's time for the question of the week.
Yes, indeed. Question of the week time again. Just a reminder, the question of the week was, who's been the best and worst stewards you've ever come across and why? Other answers we've had. Actually, that first one's been done. Old Farm Don says, Lester Titty, circa 1980, made me take enamel badges off my jumper as I came through the turnstiles in case I decided to lug them at the opposition, as the home and away pens were next to each other at Filbert Street. Put them in my pocket, took my place on the terrace and put them on again. To this day, I still don't know what all that was about.
Modders says, whatever he is, the worst was QPR. The bad arses even made me get on the pitch to kick a ball 2 weeks after a total hip replacement. Love you really, Justin. Looking forward to the same treatment, or at least Titcher is, in a couple of weeks. Best for Huddersfield. Made me take my alcoholic drink back to my seat because I'd missed the start of a second half. Quality.
Hemel Heskey has said, I have to say the best in my opinion with Tranmere, which I agree. Away midweek, good few seasons back. Stewards with a good sense of humour, who were positive, gave us directions to local pubs and places to eat. Bad ones far too many to mention, but I work frontline with the public for over 34 years and in some very challenging situations. I would always look to diffuse the situation and get a solution. Too many times have I seen the opposite over the years at football matches. Football fans today are nothing like they were in the 80s, and the behaviour that went with it.
Sausage says, best Stade Rennais. It stunk of weed in the back of the home end and the stewards just joined in. Worst, Stockport, no sense of humour.
Don's 50. Worst, the grumpy guy who guards the aisle between the family corner and where the reporters sit. Some games, when the sun is particularly bright, I move from knee stand and try to sneak in that area. He always susses it out and moves me on. On reflection, he's probably the best rather than the worst, as he's just doing his job properly. Laugh out loud.
Boney was a warrior, Don. Eyes. Says... Fave, Stuart White, Stuart Little, Stuart Murdoch, worst, Stuart Lancaster, Stuart Dumplings.
Stuart Dumplings.
That's very good. Yeah,
that's just a funny name. Well done, says Fleetwood. You were superb, very friendly and grateful. We'd made the effort midweek. Rotherham this season, bunch of people. Okay, some idiot let off a pyro. It wasn't Rotherham, it was Rochdale. But the stewards steamed in, knocking innocents everywhere, myself included, whereby I was knocked down the steps, narrowly avoiding going A over T face first.
Can I just quickly drop in my favourite?
Yeah, go on, yeah.
Tranmere, always fantastic. And the worst ones, Norwich. They were horrible.
Okay.
I think they're all lovely.
Yeah, I think everyone's lovely.
And ours. I think ours are rubbish.
Yeah, and me. Right, just footy facts for this week. Cheers, Footy Facts number 2. Branislav Ivanovich's mother is the person who invented the balaclava. Initially constructed from steel wool, this, however, proved inept in the rain, and she subsequently improved her design with the addition of wool from the sou'wester. That's true.
It's true. I can understand that. Okay, ideas we've not bothered to proceed with this week include: we dropped the idea of doing a who'd win in a fight between, because we got scared of getting a kick in for the players who'd win. We were going to do a roundabout of the week, but without modders it really wouldn't feel the same. And we were going to talk about what we're going to be doing in next week's show, but we're not actually certain whether we're going to be bothered to do a show next week, so we thought best of it. Yeah, you know what it is.
We know how difficult it is to plan ahead without accurate forecasting, so we here at the MooCamp Radio Show are proud to support the Bovril Forecast, brought to you by the lovely people of Forecast, telling the future one cup at a time. And the forecast for this week is: first half was terrible, second half was much better, ending was sublime.
This just in. Following his recent discovery of something called rugby, Don's chairman Peter Winky Winkleman today published a list of other things that he intends to discover over the coming years, proving to the world that he's not just about creatively reimagining the locations of sporting clubs. Winky announced he will soon be discovering gravity, gravy and Guy Garvey, and thinks he may be caught up in the wrong feature. More on this once we try to get him to add the discovery of decent tailoring, or at least an iron, to his list.
Texts. I have one from Paul from Damascus who says that it works out to be about 2.2 stone. Jeremy from London says that he's boycotting but hopes we still love him. Saul from Damascus says that that's not correct and that he intends to sorry, I'm really struggling here. Persecute us all from this, yeah, I know, but I'm struggling. Us all from this moment forward. Kevin from Bath says, love the attitude from the fans recently, guys. That's true support, and I'm welling up just thinking about it. And Simone from London says, see you all in Bristol.
Missed that, so Simone, you've missed it.
Missed it.
But, okay, just very quickly.
Let's play spot the ball.
Yeah, spot the ball. Malcolm's texted in to ask if the ball was in A3. Yeah, it was. Well done, Malcolm. That's good. More badges on the way to you. So, we haven't got a game at the weekend.
We haven't?
We haven't got a game midweek or anything like that.
Nope.
Let us just close. What was the other chat thing I was going to do? I was going to ask about... Yeah, I'm serious, right? Do we change stuff? Or do we just keep going as well? Not the show, I mean the club, just in case there's any...
Right. Oh, in that case, no, I think we'll just keep plugging away. It'll come eventually. Even if we get a draw, score the odd one, we'll be fine.
I think we should sack Robinson.
Yeah, I do. Obviously, goes without saying that, but, you know.
I mean, with the exception of a handful of idiots, it is refreshing that it's not even on the cards.
No, not at all.
And I think we're probably the only club in our division that would be saying that.
No, 100%.
I think, to be quite honest with you, we're the only club in all 4 divisions that would be saying that. Really honest.
But I wouldn't say change anything drastically. The only thing that I would change... going back to what I said earlier, just go, take away the style a little bit. Just go at it a bit more. If that means putting the ball in the air, put the ball in the air. Because we've done it last season, it worked. A lot of people didn't notice it because we were getting results. Nobody was complaining we weren't getting playing the football the right way.
Oh, I was. I was complaining.
Yes, you were complaining anyway.
Remember that?
It's your job. It's what you do.
I'm a grumpy person.
Yeah. I honestly, I would like to see us just keep doing what we're doing, because I think even without bringing in extra personnel and things, I think it will come right for us. It's not one of those too good to go down and that goes down scenarios. There's
one thing that I'm certain for this season. I think we'll spend in January.
Yeah, I do.
I reckon a good few players coming in, and I mean a good 5.
Okay. Well, look, thanks ever so much for listening, ladies and gentle folks. We will join you again in a week or so's time. I trust you'll have a wonderful week, and thank you for listening to the MooCamp Radio Show, and we'll see you soon. So cheers, have a good one.
Bye.
MK Pulse proudly sponsors Seclo Sounds. MK Pulse is Milton Keynes' local magazine, bringing helpful information on food, health, fashion, money, travel, culture and much more to 84,000 people every month. Plus news, views and what's on from around the city. If it's happening in Milton Keynes, it's in MK Pulse and it's available online at www.mkpulse.co.uk.